What's going on, guys? It's the Shift Worked Armory back in another video for you today. So you may have remembered in some of my previous videos that I was planning on doing a mini series on this AR pistol here. The reason that I was planning on doing a mini series on it is because I thought that there was going to be a lot more to unpack on this AR pistol. And the reason why is that it's kind of a controversial AR pistol, being that it is a polymer lower and a polymer upper with metal reinforcements on stretch points on this firearm. And as you can tell, there has been some changes made to this thing. And this is what it looks like in its natural form. So yeah, it is a little bit different, right here on the table. And the reason for that is because, I wanted something that I could have as my get home gun, right? Something that's going to even the playing field, if you will. If something were to happen and you needed to get home, or you were out and about and you needed to get away, get to safety, get your family to safety, or get back home to your family. This pistol, it comes from the factory with pretty much all polymer parts. Even the fire control group was polymer. Everything short of, everything pretty much short of, some of the bolts holding it together and whatnot. So I think when I originally bought this gun, I think it was right around $350. So pretty much the exact same price as the optic that's on it. Yeah, I know, pretty weird, but this is it. This is why I bought this thing. It's inexpensive, and it's something that is going to even the playing field, in my opinion. Could I have spent the extra $200 and got a PSA pistol? Yeah, I probably could have, but I wouldn't have been able to update or upgrade the internals on a PSA versus this right here for the exact same price. It would have been a little bit more. So with the internals minus the optic and minus the pistol brace here, which is pretty much almost the exact same price as the firearm, but that's neither here nor there. I wanted something that was going to run. I wanted to put everything into this that I wanted to make it run better. And I probably should have took this into range before I did all the upgrades to it to see how it would do. But that's not what we do here. We test products, we do upgrades, we do budget upgrades to kind of show the everyday working man that it is possible to build on a budget, that it is possible to get the things that you want, get the firearm that you want, tune it to how you want to, and just make it yours. So with that out of the way, like I said, I thought there was going to be a lot that was going to go wrong with this pistol. We were going to have a lot of malfunctions. We were going to have things break, just a multitude of things. So today I got a free day. Kids were at summer school, and I'm like, you know what? Today is the perfect day to go. So I took to the range today, and I put almost 600 rounds through this thing today. And not one single malfunction, not one single thing broke on this thing. This thing just ran. It ran flawlessly. Groupings were great. No jams, no nothing. I mean, I ran 55 grain through it. It just went. It just ran. I threw so much ammunition at it that after 300 rounds, I'm like, you know what? Why not, right? So, shots pressed. Yep. I shot it suppressed. I put 300 rounds through it suppressed with no upgraded gas block, um, no issues. Um, this thing surprised me a lot. Whenever I originally had emailed ATI, when kind of told them like, hey, I'm planning on doing a mini series on this thing. I want to see what it can do. And one of the major questions I asked them was, can it run suppressed? And they said, yeah. I never really kind of got any specifics on things I needed to upgrade to make it run suppressed. So, I took my hard-earned money and put on the end of this pistol, and said, what, let's just do it. Let's just see what it can do. And it ran flawless. 600 rounds. I mean, that's in a day. That's kind of big deal for a firearm. It got extremely hot, of course. But it got dirty, got gummed up, and every magazine, no failures to feed, no jams. It just kept going and going and going. And like I said, the groupings on this thing, it stayed phenomenal. Didn't have any issues with that. No cycling issues. Yeah. So, am I going to take this thing, to a competition? Probably not. But now I know at the end of the day that I can ride around with, with this thing in my vehicle. And, if shit the fan, if you will, and I needed to get home, or I needed to get my family safe, and this thing's in the vehicle with me, I'd have no problem trusting this thing to go with me. I'd have no problem running this thing at all. And it was extremely fun to shoot. I mean, it sounded phenomenally suppressed. We were at an indoor range, so that's not saying much, and I had every intention of driving an hour away today to go to the outdoor range, but there's always that little thing in the back of my head is like, if this thing breaks and you're an hour away, you're going to be pretty pissed off if you got to drive home, an hour each way. And the drive home is you're going to be extremely mad at yourself. So yeah, stay tuned. We're going to do some more videos on this thing. And it's not the end of the videos on this Alpha Maxx. I'm hoping that I can talk to ATI and see a little bit more about some other components we can put into this thing to see how it'll do, under some more stress tests. That may be another thing in the future that we may plan on doing is running this thing through a stress test, torture test, I guess, if you will, is what they call them online. But yeah, this is the hybrid pistol. There was not a lot to unpack, so this is going to be this is the unpacking video. This is my opinion on it. This is clear and concise evidence on today, how it ran flawlessly, no problem, no issues. So, if you're looking for one of these, or you've seen one, and you're kind of on the fence about one, and kind of the same mindset I do, you want something that you can throw in your vehicle, and it's kind of your plan B gun, your get home gun, get out of Dodge gun, and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, and there's always that thought, if I leave this in my vehicle, what happens if somebody breaks in and steals it? You're out $500, with the firearm and the optic, big, that's, yes, it's a lot of money, but at the end of the day, versus, somebody stealing $1,000 firearm out of your vehicle, it's a pretty bad day. So if you're on the fence, just grab one. You can ask in the comments what all internals I put into this thing. Maybe we'll do that, and maybe turn that into its own video. Maybe some other time in the future, what all went into this, and what all I upgraded, what all I swapped. I will tell you guys, I did paint this with Rapco paint. Rapco is phenomenal. Their customer service is phenomenal. Their paint is phenomenal. It holds up, and it just looks phenomenal. So, yeah. So, if you guys like this video, definitely like and subscribe. It definitely helps out, and helps out with motivation to do more videos like this. So